Hey friends, get ready for some cuteness overload because today we're doodling alpacas. We're going to start really simple and go step by step so that even if you're an absolute beginner, you can be successful illustrating these cute little chubbers. Hi guys, welcome back. My name's Shada and today we are going to doodle some alpacas. But first, we're going to say hello to some alpacas. Hi. Yes, you're so pretty. All right, welcome to Alpaca Bay Farms here on Prince Edward Island. This is the home of many cute little creatures. This feels a bit like kids programming, like in order to draw the alpaca, we must visit the farm, but really though, we had so much fun and I think it's going to be really cool to look at these cute little faces and actually attempt to doodle them and illustrate them. Now that we've had a chance to study the immense cuteness of the alpacas, we're going to head back to the studio and we'll work through some doodles together. We're going to start really simple and sweet and then we'll get a little more intricate and creative as we move through these illustrations together. Today I'll be working in my notebook from Hadron Epoch. It's got a great dot grid page and thick paper, which makes it awesome for art journaling, and I use it for working through doodles like this. So the first doodle that we're going to do, I want to show that you can always simplify as long as you capture some key features of the animal that you're drawing. So I'm starting with an egg shape, and it's kind of an egg shape with a flat bottom, and I don't want too much pencil on the page, so I'll erase, and then I want to capture a key feature of the alpaca, which is its pointy ears. So we'll put those little rounded triangle ears right up top. We'll give him a very fluffy perimeter. And then I'm just going to place two little feet down in front, and then we'll work on his face. So I'm doing a circle where his snout will be. And let's take another close-up look here of these cute alpaca faces, shall we? They have these big, beautiful eyes and a little snout. Oh, I can see his little teeth. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is Penny. Look at Penny's cute face. Can we all just take a minute to focus on the cuteness of that face? So what we want to capture is a simple snout and these big eyes with their big long eyelashes. So pointy ears, big eyes, and a simple snout. And of course I'm doing, a very fuzzy look for the fur, just doing a bumpy or curving line all around the border of that egg-shaped body. And then we'll add those little ears, so just going over them in pen. And a simple curved line will do for the eye, and then you're going to put lots of long lines there for the eyelashes. The snout does not have to be a perfect circle. In fact, it shouldn't be. And then you just do a little heart shape and the little mouth, really simple. We'll get rid of all of our pencil. And that is our first little alpaca. We've kept this doodle achievable by focusing on the face and ears and simplifying the body. Now let's move on to our next alpaca. We're going to get just a touch more complicated. So in pencil, I'm sketching out two ovals, one for the neck and one for the body, and they sort of intersect there. Maybe I can put a little tail back here, start adding some details. And we'll put his ears, of course. So you can see I always do a guide first. He's made up here of two ovals or two rectangles, you could say, two rounded rectangles. And let's take a look at the alpacas again. Just taking a break here to look at the cuteness of the alpacas. They have these funny little legs. It looks like they're wearing a funny suit. You're like, take off those funny pants, but they won't. They won't take them off. Look at that cute alpaca butt. Guys, editing this video was so difficult for me. I was just like, look at the cuteness of the alpacas. But we got through it. We're professionals. I mean, we're not really professionals. Sometimes when we get a contract and it asks for our title, we put like head honcho or big papa or something like that. But you know what I mean. Anyways, so I am going around my pencil guide here. In pen, I'll add that curving line to make him look very fluffy. And I'm still not worrying about the feet with this one. Alpacas do have long legs, but in order to simplify my doodle, I'm kind of ignoring that fact. and I'll add a similar little snout. And then for this little alpaca, I want to do an eye that's slightly more open. So I'm sketching it in pencil first, and I'm adding a round dark eye and then adding some little eyelashes out on the side. So that's a way to make the eye look a little more open but still capture those big, beautiful alpaca eyelashes. And we'll give him a little extra fluff and he's pretty much all done. Okay, for our next doodle, we're going to do just the face and neck of an alpaca. So again, I start with a pencil guide, a circle for the head, and then I'm marking out where the neck will be. And it's not until I'm happy with the shape that I add some detail like the fluffiness. And then of course I can put those ears right on top of his head. And we're gonna do a fluffy line there across his brow, and you'll see why in a minute. And then for the face, we kind of do this face shape. It's almost like you're drawing a head with two ears. That's the shape that we're going for. And he's got that fluffy brow. And then again, we'll do that little snout, the heart shape with the line. And then I'm not sure what kind of eyes I'm going to do here, but you could play around with it and try out some different things. So I'm gonna start going over this in pen. So his big fluffy, it looks like he has a little afro. He's got a big fluffy head, two pointy ears. You do that fluffy line for his brow, and then let's do a close-up here of the face shape. It's like two ears and a rounded chin. Think of it that way. That's his little face. It comes to a point there at the fluffy brow, and then we give him, I decided I'm going to go again with the closed eyes because that's what I feel most confident with. So we do that face shape, a heart-shaped nose, and a little mouth, and then you can do any kind of eyes here. You saw me draw some open eyes in pencil, but I decided I'm more confident and comfortable doing the curving line with the big lashes. And then of course we can add a little color to his nose, and that is quite the cute little alpaca face, if I do say so myself. Okay, for our final doodle, we're going to capture some more of the real features like the long legs. So I am starting again with a pencil guide. I do a circle for the head and an oval for the neck, another rectangle for the body. And then you can see me doing these kind of cone shapes for the legs because their legs are so fluffy. And so it's all about just working it out in pencil first. And then I go around that pencil guide and I start working on the shape of the legs. And I start giving him a more fluffy face. I'll put in that brow and a little U shape for his face like we did on the last doodle there. And then of course I do the snout pretty much the same way. We're going to do another one like this, and we'll also go over this in pen, so don't worry. But we start with the circle for the head, oval for the neck. We're doing these little rectangles for the legs, and this one's he's facing the viewer a bit more, so we just give him a little bump for his butt back there, and you can kind of see 3 of his legs and maybe his tail. Of course, we capture the features that we've been doing all along, like the fluffy body and the pointy ears. And you can see how we work from really, really simple, and we can sort of work our way into drawings that are just that much more complicated, just doing one at a time and using that pencil guide to start each illustration. For example, with the legs, I've started with a cone shape in pencil. Then I've made the legs a little more fluffy, still working in pencil. And then by the time I go over them in pen, I'm just adding the slightest bit more detail and making sure that I really like each shape. I'll make sure that the face is extra fuzzy and fluffy by wiggling my pen a little bit. We'll maybe put some extra lines there to indicate his fuzzy body. And then I'll work out the face in pencil one more time now that I've gone over everything in pen, just to make sure that the face is placed exactly where I want it. And you can see for this guy, I'm just doing these curving lines with a few lashes. For the face, we just do a U shape. We add that same snout that we've been doing all along and our little sleepy alpaca eyes with the big eyelashes. So even though these bodies are a little more complicated and we've worked our way into a more complex doodle, I'm still keeping the faces really simple. Now that I've got these 2 little cute alpaca friends down at the bottom of the page here. I thought it would be fun to just sort of enclose them with some floral doodles. It wouldn't be a Shada Campbell video without some flower drawings, would it? So I'm adding those to my art journal page, and then I am all done. I had a lot of fun with these alpaca doodles, and I think working your way through an illustrative practice like this, where you go from simple to more complicated, is a great way to develop your own illustrative style. Oh my gosh, and we had so much fun at the alpaca farm. These guys all wanted to be YouTube stars. Look at them. Look at them. Just trying to get some attention. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, we have to go back. Yes, we had so much fun, and we want to say thank you again to Heather Jones from Alpaca Bay Farms for having us and for letting us play with the alpacas. It was just the best day. If you happen to find yourself in Prince Edward Island, Alpaca Bay Farms is open to the public. You can buy yarn and knitted products, so be sure to check them out if you're visiting. Thank you to you for watching our tutorial today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you soon with a new video.